morning, my friends, and welcome to another shave. Today's shave is brought to you by Arko, and I'll be following that up with the Alpo Kolinska Voda. That's oak moss and tree moss, and it says cheapery. I don't know what that is, but it smells pretty nice, and I got a whole mess of it, so I got that in there. Today's lather is brought to us by the Smog 1305, and we're going to continue our trials with the Game Changer today with the 0.68 plate. This second tryout with that, and the 11th shave with the Gillette Silver Blue. We all know that Arko is kind of a polarizing scent. People either really like it or they really don't. I'm making a little bit of a leap today, and I'm going to try to make it into Ghost Arko. I got a hold of some WS-23 powder, and there was a chunk in there as I was taking it out of the package, and there's a lump, so I laid the lump in my bowl, and I'm going to try to incorporate that little chunk in with my lather this morning. It looks like it's kind of laying in there like a Hall's Mentholyptus. It's kind of trying to be a monolith and not break up. But we'll see how it, as I continue to go after it and see what it does. Yeah, say what you will about Arko's fragrance, it still is a pretty good performer, and it doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind the smell very much. It doesn't. I actually kind of like it. It's not my go-to end-all be-all, but it's nice. And not like, you know, the Essence Eau de Cat box or anything like that. It's that lump of WS-23 did dissolve after getting whacked a few times by the brush. So we'll have Ghost Arko. See what we think of that. Now this thing is it's a boar brush, so in keeping with my continued travails with boars or my water, I'm using the squirt brush, or squirt bottle, so that's distilled water, so that takes that variable out of the equation. So now I'm kind of learning to lather all over again. The water department, I called them, they said they did add some more stuff to the water because we had so much rain. They did something to it. He says it'll soften up again once the tank gets this stuff out of it. I guess they pump the water out of the local stream and treat it and then pump it up into the tower, and they felt they wanted to put something in there. He told me what it was, but I didn't have my hearing aids on, so I didn't completely hear what he said. But there was something different going on. He said it wasn't a health risk. I told him it was raising cane with soapy stuff because it's leaving soap film all over the place. I had cleaning the shower and I wonder what it looks like inside the water heater. So we did get a pretty good lather out of it. So let's do this thing. See what ghosty sounds feels like. I'll tell you what, it's cold. And it's flat. don't know what happened. I think the same thing happened again. It's me and Boar. The piece of WS-23 that I put in there was a lump, a little shy of the size of an almond. That might be a huge amount, so I might have frozen face by the time we're all done here. I do feel a little bit of the sensation of cooling. Haven't gotten any on my lips, so. I bet you if I put more water in, it would be probably not a bad thing. Nope, no difference. Well, never mind then. We will soldier on. When I feel like I need it, I'll go back to the puck. Fiddling around on YouTube the last couple days, and made a couple new friends. Came across Jill. I think she shaves with Jill. It's a lady who daily face shaves or face shaves, and she really likes to shave. She has a lot of interesting content. And then some of you guys already know Ruds. I'll watch him shave a few. I like his delivery. Yeah, I don't think he blinks. I'm going to go back to the puck a little bit with this. But those two people I met yesterday online. They all did the 3 soap thing and the offhand thing, just like we did. There was a lot of folks out there. There's an awful lot of people doing vlogs with shaving, which is kind of neat. I didn't really think of it too much when I started. I thought it was just something I was interested in doing and thought I would share it. Well, I'm glad to see that there's a lot of people sharing. Definitely getting some cooling from the WS-23 now through the leather. There we go. Added a little bit more product, and I think we're in good shape now. When I started looking for WS-23 locally, I went to the vapor shops, and they said, "What WS-23? What's that?" And I said, "It's kind of like Cool Auto." "Oh, Cool Auto. Oh, we don't sell that." They knew what I was talking about, I think, kind of, sort of, but they didn't have any. So I ordered some, you know, a whopping $1.50, I think, for a little bottle. This is pretty nice. I do like the coolness. You know, I like me some menthol. I wonder what this would be like if I added some of this to my mongoose. Huh. Because then my eyes will be shut and my face will be frozen. I wouldn't be able to talk. I think I'd probably explode or something. And let's continue here. My initial impressions of this .68 plate are still holding up. It's nice and mild. I like it very much, and it doesn't require quite as much concentration to keep your angles good, or you don't have to worry about it as much. So if you're real sleepy in the morning, or you got a real sensitive face, or hungover or something, you don't want to pay as much attention, a little bit milder is nice. Between the two of them, I'd be hard pressed to decide to pick between the 6.8 and the 8.4. I'm glad I have them both, because eventually my son will have this, and he's got a downy little coat. I guess by the time he has this, maybe he'll grow his whiskers might sprout out a little more. And he'll get a chance to pick which plate he likes. And because it's stainless steel, it's going to last that long. I mean, heck, who would have ever thought that some of these razors that we got, which were not really intended to last as long as they did, yet there are so many of them available, still in there pitching. You know, 50, 80, and more years after they've been put out. Consumer products like that because it's just made to hold a blade in position. You take care of them, they'll last a long time. That's for finding. Cut myself a tiny weeper there. Must have big follicles, because when I go back later, they it feels a little rough while I'm shaving. When I go back, it'll feel rough, but there's no hairs there. So I just must have a bumpy skin or something. Not much in the way of whiskers here. I'm gonna do a little, just a once over. One good thing about the milder plate, you can buff with that without a whole lot of worry. You're blade buffing. Oh, he's got a news flash across the top of the screen. Our city's getting arena football. I remember that from the 80s, I think. Wasn't very exciting then. I don't expect it to be a whole lot different. Well, let me clean my workstation up, and I'll be right back. For waiting. We had a really good shave today. We used Arko, which I made ghostly, with the addition of some WS-23 powder. Yeah. We followed it up with the Alpa Chypre, however you pronounce that. This stuff comes loaded for bear with lots of alcohol in it. So it also kind of continued the flash freezing on my face. We used the Samog 1305, which is a well broken in bore. I realized what my problem was with the lather this time is I pointedly didn't bloom the Arko because it's still a pretty new puck, so it's domed up. So when I put water on it, it all just flowed all over the place. So it didn't help me any. The silver blue is still going strong at 11 shaves. I fully expect it to last the month, and I'll be pretty much ready for that when it does happen. I want to get some time in with an open blade. Thanks again for coming to visit with me. Always, oh, if you haven't seen, Arko is the Yokozuna, the greatest of all time. Thanks for coming visit me and visit with me or all the other guys on YouTube, and of course on the Shaving Cadre at www.theshavingcadre.com. There's lots of us there. A lot of fun. Come and visit us, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.